Hello and welcome to V8 Tech Works. So this is the final part of the video that we are going to build this beautiful admin dashboard. So let's continue from where we left. Remember to like this video and also subscribe to this YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell. So now what we are going to do right here, we are going to create other pages. We need to have another 2 pages and we are going to add them right here. So the first page that we need to have is a page that is called new donor. So let's add here new donor, and this one will help us to be able to at least be able to add now the new donor. So RFCE like here, and then we can create that page like that. Also we need another page here that is called donor. So let's add it here. So donor.jsx. So this one is for detail because we need the page that will show the detailed page of the donor or information about the donor, and also will help us to edit the donor. So I'm going to remove this here, and also now I need also to come here to app.jsx and then add those 2 pages here and their paths. So I'm going to copy this and then paste 2 times here like that. So here I'm going to add a comma here, and then here I'm going to add, let's add a new donor path here like that. And here I can just import new donor. You can be able to see the auto completion. Also here we need to have a donor and then their ID, because this one will be fetched using the ID. So here I'm going to add new donor, actually donor like that. Let me add donor like that, and then now we have imported it, those 2 pages up here. You can be able to see new donor and also donor page here. So I'm going to close this, and then the other thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to come here to the menu, or actually I'm going to come here to this part that you are calling donors here. And when you want to go to the donor page, we are going to actually add this ID here. It is a donor and then the ID of that donor. So for now, because we don't have their ID, I'm going to just write the ID to be 123 here. So another thing is that also when you click on the edit, or let me for example check here for the new donor. So if you click here on this new donor, so all donors, and here we don't have the button, or it's here, this button. So if you click on this button here, you will have now to go to the new donor page. So let me add it here. Let me import link here from React Router DOM. So like that. Let me just add here. Let me import it from React Router DOM. I think it has been imported, yes. And then in here we can wrap it. We can wrap our button. Also here I need to now just make sure that I go to new donor like that. So let us see how this will work. Also here you need to save this one here. I'm going to close the prospect and prospects page here. So let me just come back here, and when I come now to donors here and go to new donor, you can see this is new donor here. Also when you come back to the donors here and then go to edit donor here, you can see you're going to this page that is donor. So let's create this page. So now let's get back into the donor page here, and the other thing that I'm going to do here is to create or to style here. So I'm going to have a class name. So for this page we need to create this page that is called donor. So if you click here, you can be able to see this page. So we are going to create this right now. So I'm going to come back here, and I can add now the styling. So first of all, I need to have 2 parts. So if you can check here, you need to have this part here and this part. So that's why you need to have display flex. Also the other thing is you need to do items be center, also justify to be center here also. And then the other thing is we can have min, height, and then screen like that. Also inside here we can have the other div, so we need to have this div here. So this is the first part, and also we need to have another div right here. So this is the first div, and then this is the second div, or you can call them the card. So this one and this one right here. So here I can be able to now style this div here. So class name, here we need to give it a margin of 20 pixels. So 20 pixels like that. Also we need to have a padding of, let's say, a padding of 20 pixels. Also we need to have a height of 180 VH like that. And also we are going to have a width of 450. So 450 pixels. We are going to have a shadow of LG like that. So inside here now we are going to have other things. So first of all, let me copy this styling here and paste it to the other card, because these are identical. So if I come back to my project here, you'll be able to see we have this one and this card, these two cards. So I need to add this information. So I'm going to come here to this first one here, and we are going to start with the heading. So I'm going to add here head 2, and here this one we are going to call it donor. So I need to style this. So styling this, we are going to use class name here, and here we are going to have font weight to be semi bold like that. And also I think that's okay. So we can continue with the other part. So we are going to have a div right here, and this div is the one that will be holding this label and the input. So let's first of all make sure that we add here the styling. So it will be flex, then flex column, and also we're going to have margin vertical to be having a vertical margin vertical of 12 pixels like that. So inside here now we can have the label. So have label here. So the label here, for the example, this one is the name, and we have the input here. So let's do that now. So this we have input, and then for this input here we can add things like placeholder. So placeholder, and then here we can add like the name James Kruger. I think this one is okay, James Kruger. Also here we can add other parts, for example the class name. So for the class name here we are going to call it we are going to style it. So we need to have a border. So let's have a border here, and then it should be bottom border, and then we give it to border of 2. So here also we need to have a border. Actually we only need to have a border here, and give that also border a color. So which color we are going to give it? We are going to give it a darker color, and then here also we can give it, this border should be solid. So I'm going to use border solid. We are going to have outline. So outline to be none right here, and then you're going to give it a padding of, let's say, 10 pixels like that. And also we are going to have the length of this input should be 300 pixels. So if I do that and come back here to my project, you can be able to see that we have this for the name. So we are going to have others now. So let's have the others. So for the label here, I think we should not add any styling. So I'm going to copy this, and then let me first of all make sure that I format here. So here I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to paste it, sorry. And then let me copy this like that, and then I'm going to paste it here. So after the name, we need to have like the address. So I have address here, and for the address I think I can just, let me actually add here, I can be able to add a name, or for now it is not important, so we can ignore it. So here for the address, we can give the address here, or even I can be able to copy from here. So let me copy this, and because it's not cannot be able to copy, so I'm going to have the this address here, Michigan, USA, like that. Also, we are going to have under this part here. After the address, we need to have the telephone number or the phone number. So here, let's add telephone number. We are going to have the telephone number here. So let me add it right here. And I think I can just give the number here. And then also here, after our telephone number, we need to have now the what you are calling broad group type. So we are going to say broad group here. So let's see. Actually, I don't know why my keyboard is misbehaving. So broad group type here, we can say the broad group type here is, for example, AB plus, like that. And also we can add another information here, which is the email. So let me add the email here. So for the email, we are going to add the email here for the James Kruger, for example. So here we are having James Kruger at gmail.com, like that. Also, we are going to have and I think this is for this part here, I think it's enough. We need to have a weight now on the other side. So for this one, we need to go to this other card now. We are going to have the weight. So here we have the weight, like that. We are going to have like the weight here to be 2,000 pounds. I don't know if this is, or let's add it as maybe 55 kg, like that. Also, we can have another thing, like, let's say, for example, we can have the date, I think so. So for the date here, we need to change, let me just write it correctly. So here we need to have the date. So I'm going to, the type of this input is the date. And then I think the last one now, we are going to have diseases. So I'm going to add here diseases. So for the diseases here now, like that. And then here we can add something like maybe hypertension, and then that's okay now. So here I need to add a button. So let's add a button here, like that. And then here we can add update. So let us type this button, or for start here, or right now, just first of all make sure that we see how it looks like. So here you can be able to see it's making, or it's looking good. So here I'm going to come here, and I'm going to add a class name right here, and I can be able to add the styling. For example, I'm going to add background color of, let's say, this color here. So also we are going to have our cursor to be cursor pointer here. And also we are going to have text to be white. And then also we are going to have a padding of 10 pixels. And then the width here, the width should be a width of 300 pixels, like that. So if I go back now and check, so you'd be able to see now we have this button, it has been styled. So the other page that I want to create is this other page that you are calling the new donor. So if I click here and go right here, you can be able to see this new page here. So this page is what we are going to create now, and this is very simple because if you check, it is the same with this one here. So let us make sure that we create that. So I'm going to come here to new donor. So I'm going to just copy everything from this page here. So I'm going to copy everything here. Let me do that like that here until there. So here I'm going to copy that and then save this. After that, now the other thing that I need to do is to make sure that now I copy this to this new donor here. So let me do that. I've added here, so now the code. So I'm going to come back now to my project here and then try and go to the new donors page. Here you can be able to see now it's the same here, but I need to change some things. So for example here, this one, because it's adding the new donor here, we need to add new donor. So if I do that, you'd be able to see that these have changed. Also, we need now to remove this border bottom here. So we need to remove this, and like that. If I remove that, can be able to see that let me save, because I have not saved here. When I have removed that, you'll be able to see now we don't have the border, but I want to make sure that we have that border. So to do that, I can be able to come here and maybe just remove this like that. I think so. And then let us add now like the border. So let's add the border here. And then the border here, I'm going to add a border of, let's say, like this 5 here. Also, the other thing that I want to do here is to add border solid. So border solid like that. Let's see if this will work now. So I think I have saved that. So the other thing is to make sure that I have added border. So I have added the border here, border, I think 2. I think that will be okay now. So if I save this now and go back here, be able to see now we have this very okay. So this border here. So now let me copy this styling and I'm going to paste it for every input that we have. The other thing that I want to remove from this is the shadow. So I'm going to remove this shadow here, and then when you come back, you'll be able to see that we don't have the shadow right now. So other thing is now I'm going to paste it in here. I'm going to replace the styling here like that. You are going to also make sure that I remove this styling like that, and then also we are going to have this styling here. Let's add another styling here. So let's do that. Replace this styling for every input that we have. So I'm going to remove also this for the weight here. So remove this, and also we are going to remove this input here. So another thing is here we need to have an input. So I don't know why this is giving me the error. So I think I've replaced here. So I need to just remove this class name and replace it. So also I think now it's okay because we have finished everything. So here I'm going to create here. So this is create button because this is for adding new donor. Another thing that I want to do is to remove this shadow here. So remove this shadow, and when I save this, now I can see we don't have that shadow, and we have a very beautiful page where we can be able to add the donor. So if I come here to the home page, now you can be able to see our home page that we have created, Also, you can be able to see the donors page here, where you can be able to go to the donors detail page here. And also, if we come back here and click on the new donor here, we can be able to add our donors here. We can go to the prospects here, and for the prospects, we can be able to go to the approve here, and we can be able to approve this prospect to be the donor. So now that is what I wanted for us to create this beautiful admin dashboard with you. So I think this has helped you in one way or another. If to, for example, how to create the layout using React Router DOM, also using Material UI. So remember to like this video and also subscribe. You'll get the code on the description of this video. So see you in the next project. Have a great day.